Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. Thank you guys for hitting play. Today, we're going to be checking out TRACY CHAPMAN with Give Me One Reason. All right, I haven't ever heard TRACY CHAPMAN's version of this song, but I am familiar with it. I brought up once in the past, maybe on a TRACY CHAPMAN song, or I don't know exactly which video I brought it up, but my wife did a karaoke of this song at one of our older houses. We had our family over, we were out, and we had a speaker set up in the backyard, and we were letting people just karaoke. We were playing music plugged into the amplifier, and so the music would play, and then you just karaoke right over. It was actually a very special night, one that my family has asked us to relive, so I need to try to buy another speaker and stuff, because I don't have that anymore, or amplifier, whatever it was. I don't have it anymore. But that night, my wife sang this song, and I like the way my wife sings. I think she's a great singer, but she sang it, and we were all there dancing. Yeah, some drinks were had, so I definitely felt more comfortable dancing, but my gosh, do I look like a fool when I dance. But give me that liquid courage, and hey, anything could happen, right? So my wife was singing this one. I thought she did a great job, so I've heard it in that capacity before. My wife definitely knows different music than I do. She was exposed to a lot more music than I do, than I was. So a lot of the songs I cover here, my wife may know, I don't. Okay, this was one TRACY CHAPMAN, Give Me One Reason. So let's go ahead and spin the OG, the original. Let me hear the artist cover it, or cover it. Yeah, let me hear the artist cover my wife's song this time, but that's kind of how it is in my mind, because I heard my wife sing it first. So let's go ahead and hear TRACY CHAPMAN, Give Me One Reason, right here. Here we go. Guitar is crisp. Love this intro.
Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. Said I don't wanna leave you lonely. You gotta make me change my mind. Baby, I got your number. Oh, and I know that you got mine. You know that I called you. I called too many times. You can call me, baby. You can call me anytime. You got to call me. Give me one reason to steer, and I'll turn right back around. You can see me turning. Give me one reason to steer, and I'll turn right back around.
What a nasty melody with this guitar rhythm, man.
Said I don't wanna leave you lonely. You gotta make me change my mind.
Feels like some blues rock, baby.
I don't want no one to squeeze me. They might take away my life. I don't want no one to squeeze me. They might take away my life. I just want someone to hold me, oh, and rock me through the night.
Oh man, the soul of this thing. Let that guitar talk then, man.
chasing you around, wasting my precious energy.
I ain't playing that game. I won't chase you. I'll love you, but I ain't
Give
gonna
me one
chase
reason to stay here. Yes, now turn right back around. Give me one reason to stay here. Oh, now turn right back around.
you. I'm starting to pick up on the attitude. I wasn't even catching. I get
don't
that.
wanna leave you lonely. You gotta make me change my mind.
Ooh, she's talking, baby.
Baby, just give me one reason. Oh, give me just one reason why. Baby, just give me one reason. Oh, give me just one reason why. I
Groove
should
is so
stay.
infectious, man.
Said I told you that I loved you, and there ain't no more to say.
She said it all in this song. She said it all in this song. Now, I'm just giving my thoughts and feelings of what I thought I was feeling, okay? So this definitely, to me, felt like a blues rock. And in blues, you hear a lot of repetitive lyrics, but there's additions added on, right? So they repeat lines, but add in new little context, I guess. Well, same context, but new words being added and filtered in there, right? So this gave me that blues feel. Of course, the notes gave me a blues feel, but it's more rocky than the typical blues from, like, I don't know, the 40s, 50s that I've heard on the channel. So this definitely sounds a little bit evolved into like the rock area. Love her vocals, love the lyrics, okay? She's pretty much giving you one last chance. Give me one reason to stay here, right? I'm willing to love you, but I'm not gonna chase you. Here it is. You got your moment, say something, or I'll just turn away and I'll walk away. That is what it is, all right? So I really do enjoy her vibe on this. I love the duo guitars, both sounding crisp, quality, or maybe the first thing I was hearing was bass. Let me go ahead and run it back real quick. No, so it was definitely guitar I was hearing, but once the verses kick in, it's backed by bass, and it gives it an extra boom, you know, extra punch to that already established amazing rhythm guitar. The bass comes in and punches it up a notch. But then you have another guitar, which we hear in the right ear with the solo, leading the way. Man, I thought this was done amazing. I bet she's probably playing both sections of guitar is what I would assume on that one. Of course, we got some you know, keys happening in here that gave me an organ feel. Maybe it was an organ, I don't know. I always get weird about calling it an organ once we start entering songs. I don't know if this was done in the 80s or 90s, we'll find that out. But once we start leaving, you know, the 60s and 70s, it's harder to know if it's actually an organ or if it's just kind of an organ sound being reproduced on a newer type of keyboard setup, because I think that takes place too. So really great song here, really good subject material on this one. I enjoyed everything about it, and right at the start I just felt my heart a little bit, because it was reconnecting me back to that moment I expressed about my wife, and it's just it's fun to think back to that. That was dope stuff. I do want to recreate it, so once I get that new setup, I'm gonna have to tell the wifey, honey, for old time's sake, go ahead and run your song that Tracy Chapman covered on my channel. So let's go ahead and dive into some of the background on Give Me One Reason. All right, so we have Tracy Chapman right here with Give Me One Reason, considered blues rock. Hey, I like when I hit it, even though we don't always agree with the genres. I bit my tongue right there. I do like when I get it right what they got there. So we're on the same page. We're on the same page. Released in 1995. Like I said, I didn't know if this was 80s or 90s. It's 95, all right? So Tracy Chapman is the songwriter on this one. It says it's a song written and performed by American singer-songwriter Tracy Chapman for her fourth studio album. Okay, this was her fourth. This song is Chapman's biggest US hit, reaching number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. It is also her biggest hit in Australia, where it reached number 3 as well, and it topped the charts of Canada and Iceland. That is pretty awesome. Elsewhere, the song reached number 16 in New Zealand, but underperformed in the UK. UK, man, I'm disappointed. Number 95 in the UK? People, wake up, man. What's happening in 1995 in the UK? Well, that's since 1997. Jeez, man. So Chapman's first performed Give Me One Reason during her 1988 tour, 7 years before its release. Wow. Wow, so we're going back to the 80s technically. She had this song pretty much done 7 years before it was officially released on an album. So that's wild, man. We've seen that sometimes. We don't see that all the time, but sometimes we see that. This one, I mean, there we go. So it says Alan Jones from Music Week wrote, less intense and somewhat looser than her benchmark hit Fast Car. It perfectly mixes her folksy style with traditional R&B qualities, intelligent lyrics, and an edgy, distinctive voice. Compelling listening. Absolutely. Another reviewer goes on to say, strutting along a plucked, head-nodding guitar melody and Chapman's grainy alto, centering on an imbalanced relationship. Each verse grows more frustrated from a lack of reciprocity. I haven't ever heard that word before. Well, I know what it means, but reciprocity, I haven't ever heard of it said like that. Then the band kicks in and the pleading in her voice becomes cathartic, begging for a reason to stay while knowing it won't come. I mean, there you go, girl. Walk away from that thing then. Fantastic song right here. I definitely enjoyed coming back and taking a listen, like I said, especially because it already held a nice, beautiful memory for me before I even knew who the artist was, before I even knew what her catalog was. So that's dope, man. This is definitely a special, one-of-a-kind reaction for me. I don't think we'll hit on something quite like this again. So really nice moment for me. Appreciate you guys tuning in and taking this little ride with me. Let me know if there's more from Tracy Chapman that you want featured on the channel if I haven't got around to it yet. All right. Thank y'all so much. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.